It's a pleasure to be part of it, and thank you all for coming tonight. I'm going to read my 2 poems from the issue. They're both from an ongoing project called the Canon Project, which I'm working on with a fellow poet named Daniel Y. Harris. And we've tasked ourselves with the idea of selecting a number of canonical poets from all eras and languages, and then a poem from each of these poets, and writing what we think of as a response, or perhaps a continuing of a conversation. We may use the form of the original, we may not. We may try to kind of channel the spirit of it. In any event, this is the gestation of these poems. And the first one is in response to a poem by Elizabeth Bishop called One Art, in which, among other things, she sort of induces us to celebrate the art of disaster. And my poem is called Mastering the Art of, after Elizabeth Bishop. My fingers tracing lines of heartbeat, concussions of rant and roll. How empowered our mind fibers, declaring the world cares when art goes mall crawling, gallery gouging. When the B of beauty revs to bombast, E to eat fest, A to anal, U to unutter, R to trash, Y enough. We must eat art, else it eats us, and all bespeak.
Yeah.
When S of spirit, yeas to spit up, P to pretend, I to incinerate, oh, burn thee, and we fall head down through letters and words to where high wire hijinks come looping o'er, so that art reigns again, where cold soiled fingers and brains aboil can join to master the art of. Going back in time and taking, I guess, a left turn to Paris. This comes from François Villon, 15th century student poet of the left bank in Île-de-la-Cité, and particularly his ballad, Le Concours de Blau, in which he celebrates reversals and everything being turned upside down. So when he's in the desert, he has too much water. He's by the river, he's dying of thirst. And when he's traveling abroad, he's surrounded by friends, but when he is at home, he's in a foreign country he can't recognize, etc. So this is called In Reverse, and actually I wrote it on the Île-de-la-Cité a couple of summers ago, after François Villon. I select life, that sight-challenged one-handed juggler, who smacks me with oak paddles, then swabs me with iron filings secured to a garden tool. Such healing. In the garden, worms tunnel to clouds and birds burrow to tree roots. In Montmartre, I attain the crest of Rue de Chevalier in a plastic car. Shift to first gear and sling backward, to drown in the Tuileries reflecting pool, a tourist prisoner rife with faults can do. I am, après tout, the pavement and the water drain, the drunk, his soap-stained glass and bleeding stomach. In the desert, I toss water from a Perrier bottle. At the fountain, my tongue swells and my hollowed skull crumbles to dust balls, vacuumed by the housekeeper come Monday. In the conciergerie, I tweet for nonviolence. At the theater, I opt for life unfiltered. I am the poet and his Alzheimer's, his need for le mot juste, ou injuste, his love-hate with meaning, broken crystal ears, loss of language. Thank you very much.